Give it up for our next act, Mr. Andrew Tupper.
Hello guys, so my love language is quality time, which is my way of saying that I really appreciate you being here. That's very good, thank you. So yeah, I'll start by telling you a bit about myself. I'm recently in my 30s now. A lot of comedians in their 30s will often do jokes about how the people that they went to school with or that they grew up with, how they're all having kids now. But I come from a council estate in Newcastle. So the people that I went to school with or I grew up with, their kids are finishing high school now. Like some are having their own kids. Oh, they like that joke in Sunderland. Yeah, I'm getting old now. Like soon I'll be going to the doctors to get my prostate checked. Mainly because I'm lonely. My prostate's probably fine. What else can I tell you? My dad is a really proud and entitled man. Like he always wants people to look up to him, which sometimes can be really difficult. Because he's really short. Not that short. Yeah, and it was a lot easier to look up to him when I was a child. Mainly because of physics. If you're not laughing, you're learning. What else can I tell you? Yeah, so I'm really pale. Like, I'm so pale that often when I walk around my flat, it just looks like I'm haunting it. Yeah, despite myself having quite good delivery, my neighbour usually picks up most of my mail. But he always makes me sign for it. Mainly because he's deaf. It's the best kind of communication for us. I really love writing jokes. Like, I could write jokes all day. Because I'm on universal credit. I have a lot of time. No, I'm just joking. So I outside of kind of Fringe and comedy, I work in a bar, and I'm usually the one that like fills up the fridges and like brings the stock from downstairs to upstairs. Mainly because my boss knows that I do stand-up comedy, so they know that I'm pretty good at lifting up the spirits. Am I right? I didn't think the front row was this big. So, cost of living crisis. The cost of living crisis has been quite bad past few years. But as a comedian, I've never really had that much money. Like most comedy gigs I've done in the past, I've been paid in Tesco club card points. To distract myself from like the housing crisis and the cost of living crisis, I've been watching a lot of old Pimp My Ride episodes. You guys seen that show? I think if Pimp My Ride was a show in the UK today, it would be a show about people trying to raise the value of their car to make it look a lot better. Living in your car. Like your new house has a flat screen TV, a fish tank, and moving has never been easier. Thanks to the Tories. That's good. So I live in a flat share at the moment. Anyone else in a flat share? How many people are you living with? Four, nice. I am 3. So for the rest of you guys, what a flat share is, basically it's a lot like a family house, but instead of having family meals together, there's usually a housemate doing ketamine off the dining room table. Just like my mum and dad used to do when I was growing up. Yeah, my mum and dad really they're really into self-reflection. By that I mean they like doing ketamine off a mirror. They don't know that I do that joke. But yeah, no, cost of living is getting quite bad. Like I have friends which has so little money, they're selling photos of their feet online, starting OnlyFans pages. Like I have one friend that's selling his sperm to make money. He's a sex worker. Thanks to the Tories. I'm so poor that I know that there's at least 11 different flavours of pot noodle. If you're not laughing, you're learning. What else can I tell you? I'm neurodivergent, which means I think in a different way compared to the majority of people. I used to kind of ask audiences to shout out what kind of neurodiversity that they thought that I had. I'm not doing that again. That was not fun for me. So I'll just tell you guys. I'm autistic.
Woo.
No applause. Okay. That sounded sarcastic, but I'll take it. So yeah, I think that's why I feel so comfortable doing stand-up, because I get to talk at length about my specialist subject, myself. Like, I'm vaccinated. I'm already autistic, so I thought, what's the worst that can happen? Like, the worst that can happen has happened. The main dating app I'm on is Bumble. Give me a shout who here is on Bumble. Nobody. Okay. I'll explain what it is. Bumble, it's a dating app where girls message first. Like, I got a message from a girl 2 weeks ago on Bumble which said, hey, I'm looking for someone who is rich, good looking, and regularly takes me to expensive places and buys me expensive things. I replied, me too. Maybe if we work together, we can help find that person. She said she likes to work alone. But I don't really say that I'm single. Like, I much prefer the term in a relationship with myself. And it's a good relationship. Like, I take myself out to eat. I have my way with myself, especially since I pay for the dinner. I mean, but yeah, it's getting serious. I mean, we're already living together. I've met my parents. It's by far my silliest joke. But yeah, no, it's when I first got my autism diagnosis, I had a lot of trouble processing my emotions. Afterwards, I realised that's one of the symptoms. Yeah, I got my autism diagnosis at university, during my first year of university, which was quite late. And then I had my first ever comedy gig 2 weeks after my diagnosis, because being autistic is synonymous with being funny. Because every time I saw an autistic person on TV, they regularly made people laugh. It's just they had no idea why that they were laughing. Yeah, the word autism first came about in 1908 in Greece. And the word autism translates to, it goes from the Greek autos, which means someone who lives in their own world, which is also the definition of a great science fiction writer. Like, by that definition, J.K. Rowling is also massively autistic. Allegedly. So this will be my set. I just want to say, if anyone here wants to follow me after this gig, it's at Andrew Tubman2 on Twitter, OnlyFans, and Bumble. Thank you, everyone.